Take me through your mindset, your mentality. How did you approach this one?
Been aggressive. It's either win or go home. So, you know what I mean? It's like win or go home. You know what I mean? So, we didn't want to go home. We got one more game left in a couple days.
So, when your season is on the line, you have to show up in a huge way to save yourself. And that's exactly what we've seen from the Los Angeles Clippers. With all three of Harden, Powell, and Kawhi all scoring 20 plus points, this here's what helped put the Clippers over the hump to beat the Nuggets 111-105. And when you have your third option using a push cross to break Murray off to pursue the rim, this is when you get an emphatic slam. The bright spot about this game was how the team trusted in one another, as when Harden gets doubled up top here by Watson and Murray, he doesn't try and break through the middle or anything, he just sends it right over to Kawhi on the wing, who can then swing it down to Derrick Jones Jr. since Westbrook had to rotate up, and this one right here is straight cash. In today's NBA, it's a risky option to collapse on a player when they're in the middle of the floor, because all it takes is one pass to now send your defense into scramble mode. With Kawhi sending it out to Bogdan, Murray and Russ both close out on him, and this leaves Derrick Jones Jr. open in the corner, so with the simple pass down to him, this puts Russ at a disadvantage as he has to rush out, as now Jones has a straight line drop to the basket he can attack. Upon getting there, you can see he now has the attention of MPJ and Russ, which leaves Zoo wide open in the paint, but on this play, we're more focused on Batum in the corner. Because in basketball, if you're the weak side man, it's your job to be in deep help coverage, and with Watson so far in the paint, there's no way he can recover quick enough when Batum receives the kick out. Like, I'm being for real, I can't stress it enough about how important it is to stop guys from being able to get into the heart of your defense. If you look right here, James has two options. He can either hit Kawhi in the corner, or he can hit Powell slightly above him. Now, why would either of these options work? Well, with Jokic rotating over to stop Harden on the drive, this forces Christian Brown to now cover Zoo on the backside so they don't give up an easy lob over the top, so now MPJ has to cover both Powell and Kawhi on the outside. As we roll the film, we're going to see Harden send it out to Kawhi in the corner, making MPJ close out hard, and voila! Look what we have open, it's Norman Powell on the wing. Now at this moment, he could choose to shoot it as he has tons of space and time. But like I always say, it's best to be unpredictable in a game where people make moves on what they predict you will do. So instead of shooting it, Powell attacks the closeout of Brown to get right past him with ease, and now with him ending up in the same spot Harden was, Powell can either lob it up to Zoo, or he can go ahead and grab the bucket as we see here. Norman Powell was truly on fire this game, posting a 71 true shooting percentage, and when they needed a clutch bucket and a jolt in the building, he was the one to deliver. With the defense not wanting to give up any threes, and especially in transition, you're going to see Jokic attempt to close out, but this leaves him in a nasty situation. As you can see, Jokic is in no position to stop Powell from attacking in this moment, so Powell is going to get downhill with ease. And although Nikola recovers to go straight up, Powell was already deep in his bag like the fries at Five Guys. Now look, I know I just referred to food in the last play, but Powell wasn't playing with his food whatsoever. When he seen an angle to attack, he would go right at it with no wasted motion. And even though he gets contact from Jokic here, he pushes right through it, and y'all tell me, what is Jokic even talking about here? Is he wanting a foul? Is he wanting Gordon to slide over to close that gap? Or is he making an excuse for his lackluster defense right now? Whatever it is, it didn't do anything to help stop Powell from pursuing the basket, and although Murray meets Norman in the paint, Powell bumps him right off to get a bucket. MPZ would add in a much needed big third quarter to give the Clippers a spark they needed, but throughout the game, it was their two stars that continued to make plays to make this game competitive. You'd have these times where Kawhi could attack right past Gordon to get 2 feet in the paint, and trust me, we don't ever see this from Kawhi. But on this play, you're going to see him look off Zoo and look at Powell in the corner, so that's why you see Murray end up lunging out, and now Kawhi can make this pass to Zoo with ease for him to hook this over the top. Not only would Kawhi be able to penetrate the paint with the double, as here when Harden gets Brown reaching on this between the legs, this right foot of Brown is now up high. This here is the worst place to be if you're a defender, because now Harden can attack downhill with less fight, and remember what I said earlier, when your defenses collapse like this in the middle of the floor, this always leaves someone open, and I'm pretty sure we can all see who's uncovered. If you guessed Zoo, you would be correct. But the thing is, Murray is right there rotating over to help, so Harden has to make this pass quick and put it right on the money. When it comes to setting your guys up, you have to be able to scan the floor quickly to locate who has the best look, so when Harden comes off this handoff from Zoo, everyone and they mama thinks he's gonna send it there, but nah, Harden stays 2 steps ahead and not 1 behind. So when he sees Christian Brown rotate over to take away Zoo, James instead slings it all the way to Batum on the sideline for a money ball. If you ask me, it's honestly not many ways to stop Harden once he gets in his passing bag, as he can make a simple read out the double team to hit Derrick Jones Jr. in the middle of the floor, and when these screens are set up high, allowing him to get a head of steam downhill, all this does is give him the opportunity to break the defense. And if you look towards the top of your screen, you'll see Kawhi Leonard is now wide open, ready to make it rain. Harden would dish out 8 assists on just 2 turnovers to showcase his ability to set his guys up, and although he didn't shoot the best from deep, we still got to see a little bit of vintage Harden. With Christian Brown guarding him up tight on this play, forcing him right, you would think this would be more effective as you're forcing him away from his dominant hand, but that's certainly not the case. While Harden being one of the best shot creators in league history, he can get crafty with that signature combo directly into a sidestep, and now with Brown being on his left side, it makes it hard to contest without fouling, and this one right here is pure butter. That handle of Harden's is nasty, but it isn't always used to try and break the defender, rather it's more so to lull them to sleep before he attacks the paint, and with his 6'6" sturdy frame, he can use it to body Murray off to create some separation when going to kiss this off the glass. Now hold on, don't get me wrong, this isn't me saying Harden can't mix guys up when needed, because when he comes off the screen on this play, he shifts MPJ clean out the way with the in and out, making this bucket look like he's in a warm-up line. The contribution Harden had in this Game 6 with his 28 points was big for the team, as it made him an actual threat to Denver's defense in many different ways. And when you add that to Kawhi's 27 points in this game, this is what you will need to win. Just like Harden, Kawhi will use that sharp handle to move Murray out the way when getting to his spots on the floor, and me and you both already know, when Kawhi gets to that midi, you might as well throw the points on the board. With Kawhi, he tends to keep it simple, and I understand that it's not always the most exciting thing to watch, but Leonard will utilize that stop and pop right over defenders when he noticed them consistently backpedaling, and even if he only gets a little bit of space away from his defender when they're trying to recover, Kawhi will rise up confidently over both to sink the bucket. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't mind having someone on my team who can get a bucket quick while being efficient. This here gives you a player who doesn't break the offensive chemistry, as instead you can use him perfectly within the flow of the offense to go ahead and get you a jam. Like look at this play here, Kawhi catches with 20 seconds on the clock. Now with Porter worried about a drive going down the right side, this simple yet effective rip through jab makes Porter bite hard, giving Leonard a new angle to attack, and with him knowing Porter is going to open his hips up to be ready to guard a drive to the basket, Leonard decides to opt into a 1-dribble pull up instead. It truly doesn't take a lot for Kawhi to get in his bag, and it doesn't matter who the defense decides to throw at him. He'll treat them all the same way, as these buckets are rated E for everyone. This Game 6 was a big win for the Clippers, as it was win or go home for them, and now they have another battle to face as they look to advance to the next round after Game 7. If you want me to continue breaking down this series, make sure you comment cash below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. And hey, if you made it this far, that means you're a true supporter. And if you want to see me talk basketball with y'all just to the camera face to face, then go ahead and subscribe to my second channel called Bandz Hoops. BANDZ Hoops. I'll link it in the description below. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.